top 3 plus 2 non-automatic qualifiers. It is absolutely packed here, the Alexander Stadium. Trinidad and Tobago didn't manage to finish 4 years ago. The Australians were just off the podium, and England in 8 are the defending champions. Growing sense of anticipation. We've got these 2 relay semis and the men's 1500. Efoloku, Akins-Ariti, Mitchell Blake and Edeburen on the anchor leg for England. And listen to that reception. Samoa in 7, just inside them. The very experienced Jeremy Dodson goes anchor leg for them. What a target to chase with the defending champions and the home favourites outside them. The Australians will be anchored by the man who calls himself Rowan Browning, the flying mullet, Olympic semi-finalist last year. Now to the Trinidadian team, Elcock, Harrison Jr., Benjamin and Hislop on the anchor leg. I wonder if they'll draft in Jareem Richards going for gold in the 200 metres if they make the final. Singapore go in lane 4. Montserrat in 3. Tavik Benjamin on the anchor leg. Perhaps they'll have to beat that season's best to feature. Akeem Stewart's on the lead leg for Guyana. Nolex Holder goes anchor leg for them. A good team from Guyana. Watch for them on that tight inside lane. We say inside lane, we don't use lane 1, they'll be in 2. Guyana in 2, Montserrat 3, Singapore 4, Trinidad and Tobago in 5, Australia 6, Samoa 7, and England, the defending champions, on the outside in 8. Only the top 3 coming back for the final tomorrow. What kind of marker can the defending champions in 8 lay down ahead of the final? You can hear a pin drop in this arena. It is absolutely packed. It's the penultimate day of athletics in the Alexander Stadium. A superb session of athletics unfolding before our very eyes. A big roar for England as Efoloku pulls away from the Samoan. Good running by Azzopardi of Australia. Watch for Trinidad and Tobago down the back straight. That's a superb second leg for Akins-Ariti. Trinidad and Tobago closing down on the Australians. These 3 are up at the moment. Good baton exchanges by all of them. Browning on the anchor leg for Australia. Trinidad have got Hislop. Oh, the Australian has fallen. That is such a shame. Edeburen coming home here. A little bit of pressure from Hislop. England from Trinidad. And I thought the Guyanans had a good team, and Holder has anchored them home to the 3rd automatic spot. What on earth happened to the Australians? Big disappointment for them, because they were amongst the trio who were miles clear of the best of the rest. So the Australians don't finish, England did, and they will fancy their chances in the final. Brilliant baton exchanges for great individual runs, as it was by the Trinidadians, who took 2nd. What a heat that was. There was all sorts going on.
Well, it was always going to be fast from the English team. Jonah Efoloku and Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake running in the legs that they ran in Eugene a couple of weeks ago when the British team picked up the World Championship bronze. So the core of Team England was strong. Harry Akins-Ariti was in that winning squad in 2018. He's one of the most experienced athletes we've got. And it was brought home nicely by Oji Edeburen. Much to the delight of the fans here. England will have athletes still to bring in, including Zarnell Hughes, who was in that relay team over in the States as well. And there's Harry Akins-Ariti. Look at him, Rob, absolutely loving it. It was good by the England team. Sad to see the Australians fall on that final change. I don't think their 3rd leg runner even got the baton over to the last leg runner for Australia. But what an end to the morning session on the track here. And super qualifications from the England team in prime position to defend their title tomorrow morning.
Well, the Nigerians go in the 2nd of the semi-finals. They've got a very good team, but it is looking good for the defending champions. Excellent back straight leg by Akins-Ariti. I wonder whether the Trinidadians will draft in Jareem Richards, depending on what happens in the 200 metres. As we come round here, I'm interested to see what went wrong between 3 and 4 for the Australians. At this stage, Catherine, England, Trinidad and Australia were away and clear in first, second and third. Now let's see if we get the right angle. Watch the Australian here. It's Hale to Browning, and Browning just fell over.
Yeah. Hence the last leg runner, sadly, for Australia. Browning just never got to hand the baton over, did he? Oh, what a shame for the Australian team. It can happen, you can stub your toe. It looked like that's what happened on that first replay, didn't it? But meanwhile, England went charging ahead, Trinidad and Tobago as well. Let's have another look here again. Keep your eye. It's the incoming runner's responsibility to get the baton over. You can see him shouting hand, but yeah. Sometimes your drive phase in a sprint event, Rob, goes wrong and you're over rotating and he hit the ground, and what a shame.
It is a huge shame. The Australian commentators in front of us are going over the post-mortem at the moment, but Edeburen's face firmly fixed on the finish line, as was that of Akani Hislop. Excellent work by Nolex Holder to hold off the fast-finishing quartet from Singapore. Them and the Samoans will have to pay very close attention to the speed of the second of the semi-finals. But England, Trinidad and Guyana safely through to the final.
That's a good time, you know, Rob. Look at that, 38.46 from the England team. Let's look at one more replay. I don't think Hale clipped him. I do think he just tripped, but you need a side angle to make sure. But that's good running from England, Trinidad and Tobago. Only 0.3 of a second slower than the time they ran to win the title 4 years ago.
The defending champions through to the final in impressive fashion. So too Trinidad and Guyana. Singapore and Samoa will have to wait. Poor old Australia didn't manage to finish. Now down to third.
Well, we've had one heat. Here comes the second heat of the men's 4x100 meters relay. Nigeria go in lane 3. They're the only team in this heat from the 2018 final, and they were disqualified from that final on the Gold Coast. Gambia, well, they were 4th in their heats in 2018. But Kenya, well, they'll be looking for a big run from their anchorman Ferdinand Omanyala, the 100-meter champion, of course, on the third day of these championships on Thursday. 10.02 his winning time. He's enjoying himself out there, isn't he? The wind is still blowing strong. It's changed direction a little bit. It's coming more from the north, I think, the wind, but that means it should be behind him coming down the home straight. The lead-off man for Kenya there, nearest the camera, Samuel Bitonyake Imeta. The Kenyans 39.28, their national record, and that was earlier on this season. Can they get that baton round in reasonable order to Omanyala, because he could do special things down the home straight. Turks and Caicos Islands go in lane 7. Their lead-off man, Courtney Missick, will hand over to Tuonye, Garland and Fenelon. St. Lucia go in lane 6 from these 6 teams. Michael Joseph, their lead-off fella, he'll roll over to Dylan Edwin, Leonce and Stephen Charles on the final leg. Ghana, well, Sean Sapo-Antwi on the lead-off leg for them. Benjamin Azamati, who was 4th in the 100 on the back straight. Watch him for Ghana in lane 5. And then Agere and Amoa. The Gambia going for Jobe, Juve, Kamara and Jame. Then the Nigerians, well, they're probably the best squad here. Raymond Akevwo goes on the lead-off for them. He'll hand over to Favour Ashe. He was 9th in the 100 in effect. He almost made the final, Ashe. He's on the second leg for them. Akintola on leg 3. And then Seye Ogunluwe, who was the anchorman back in 2018 for them in the final for Nigeria. But they were, as I say, disqualified from that final on the Gold Coast. Well, we know the 3 teams through from the first heat. 4th place team Singapore and 39.95. I don't think that's too daunting a prospect for the 4th team in this one. We shall see the second heat of the men's 4x100 meters. The first 3 teams go through by right to tomorrow's final. Nigeria in 3, the Gambia in 4, Ghana in 5, St. Lucia in 6, Turks and Caicos Islands in 7, and Kenya on the outside in lane 8 with the 100-meter champion here in Birmingham, on the last leg. Away they go. Wouldn't it be great to see Omanyala do special things in the final leg? Going well at the moment, Ghana in the centre there through Sapo Antwi. Good changeover for Ghana, good safe changeover that is. The Kenyans going well. Left of Picture down the outside in lane 8 as well. Great running by Azamati on the second leg there for Ghana. Centre of Picture in the yellow. My word, he made up some meters there. Also going brilliantly, Nigeria in lane 3. Nigeria flying and in the lead by a big margin at the moment. Akintola on that third leg for Nigeria. Ogunluwe takes it over and they steam away with this one. It's going to be a 3 or 4 metre win. But look at the man from Kenya coming through. Omanyala almost catches him there, only about a metre down. He made up massive ground over the last 60 in that 100 final leg of the 4x1. Omanyala takes Kenya through in second place, no doubt about that. The winning time 38.85. Well, it's a little bit slower than England in the first heat. Kenya setting a personal best 38.92. I think that might unofficially be a Kenyan record. 38.92 by Kenya indeed is a big chunk off the Kenyan national record in second place, and Ghana in third, 39.05. They also go through by right. And then looking for the qualifying teams, remember Singapore 39.95. Well, they will go through as the fourth placer, as will the Gambia from this second heat, 39.77 in fourth place. So the first 4 teams from this second heat go through to tomorrow's final. Same from the first heat. First 4 teams are through.
And the Gambians just realising that they've taken one of the non-automatic spots. St. Lucia in this one miss out by 100th of a second, just behind Singapore. Brilliant third leg coming through on the inside from Akintola of Nigeria. And what an anchor leg by Omanyala. He was glancing left and right. At this stage, from 2 to 3, the Nigerians go from Ashe to Akintola, and Akintola, a small figure, ran a wonderful bend to come through on the inside of Agur. And then Ogunlewe anchoring them home. But watch Omanyala on the left of Picture. He starts having a little glance across in a minute. Yeah, there he goes. And again, plenty left in the tank, mate. I'll see you in the final. Great work by the African nations. Nigeria, Kenya and Ghana, with the Gambia also making it through. They really do have such a good quartet, the Nigerians and the Kenyans. England may well not have that final all their own way. We shall see. Watch Omanyala here. He is such an aggressive, powerful-looking man. I love this little glance. There he goes. There he goes again. Just having a look to double-check that he'd come through ahead of the Ghanaian.
Rob, he's got the physical presence of a bulldog, hasn't he? So powerful. There we can confirm that Nigeria, Kenya through by right. The Gambia do go through with the season's best, 39.77. That's wonderful. The 4 African nations make it through without any trouble. St. Lucia, despite a personal best, just missing out there. That, in fact, must be a St. Lucia national record. I think 39.96. Yes, their first time under 40 seconds.
And this is what the final will look like. England against Trinidad, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, the Gambia, Guyana and Singapore making it through. There'll be a sparkling atmosphere for that one. Everyone will be hoping England can successfully defend the title, or most of the home crowd, but